Welcome back, students. We have already completed the module number 1. Now next we have to continue with the module number 3. So module number 2 we will learn later. So first we will learn with the module number 3. Okay. So the module number 3 is nothing but learning of design of transformers. So the construction of transformer, working principle, everything you have studied in your lower semesters, that is third and fourth semester. Now we have to learn about what are the parameters which influence or applicable for the design of transformers. Correct. So before going for the actual syllabus or actual design of transformer, we have to recall the whatever the things which we have already studied in the lower semester about transformers. So construction of transformers we have seen. So transformer consists of two windings coupled through magnetic medium. So as you know, there are two windings in the transformer. One is primary winding and secondary winding. They are coupled together in a magnetic medium. Correct. The two windings work at different voltage level, that is primary voltage and secondary voltage, or step up transformer, or step up the voltage or step down the voltage. Correct. So the two windings are working at different voltage levels. The two windings of the transformer are called high voltage winding and low voltage winding. If it is a step up transformer, primary will be the lower voltage and secondary will be the higher voltage. If it is step down transformer, primary is high voltage and secondary is the low voltage. Correct. So both the windings are wound on a common core. So they are not separated by different circuits. So they are located in the same circuit or common core. They are wound. One of the winding is connected to AC supply, that is the primary winding. Normally we can call it as primary winding, which is connected to the AC supply, and it is called as a primary. Correct. The other winding is connected to the load and it is called as a secondary winding. Correct. The transformer is used to transfer electrical energy from high voltage winding to low voltage winding, or vice versa, through magnetic field. So there is a change in the voltage takes place from higher voltage to lower voltage or lower voltage to higher voltage. Respective current will be changing from higher current to lower current, lower value of current, magnitude of current, or lower magnitude of current to higher magnitude of current. So there is no change in the power from primary to second, or there is no change in the frequency. Correct. Only the application of transformer is to change the voltage levels from one level to another level. Okay. So this is the typical figure of a transformer. So just an example how the transformer looks. Okay. Now the construction of transformer depends upon their applications, where it is used, either in the generating station or in the power plants or in the distribution line, primary distribution line or the secondary distribution line. So the construction of transformer depends upon its applications, and winding voltage, whether it is primary or secondary voltage, current rating, correct, kVA rating based on the kVA rating, correct, and operating frequencies. The two major type of construction of transformers are core type and shell type. Correct. So based on the construction, we can classify the transformer as core type transformer and shell type transformer. So based on the application, we can divide into two classification. One is distribution transformer and power transformer. Correct. So based on the application, distribution transformers are used in the secondary consumers, and power transformers normally used in the primary consumers as well as primary distribution level, and as well as the power plants normally to increase the voltage. So the generating voltage will be around 6.6 kilowatt or 11 kilowatt, but that much voltage is not sufficient to transmit the power from power plant to load side. Correct. So we need to increase the we need to increase the voltage level. For that, we will be using the power transformers. Distribution transformers are used in the consumer side, correct? So primary distribution and secondary distribution. So the most important function performed by the transformers are, first one is changing voltage and current level in an electrical system, correct? There is a change in voltage and current level in an electrical system. Second one is electrical isolation. So it separates from electrical isolation. Matching source and load impedances for maximum power transfer in electronic and control circuit. So transformers are also used in the electronic circuits and control circuits. So there is a maximum power transfer. If you require to transfer the maximum power, then the source impedance should be equal to load impedance. So first we have to learn about the construction of core type transformer. So this is the typical figure of a core type transformer. You can see here. So these are all the windings. So yellow color line, you can say it is a LV type of winding, that is low voltage, and this saffron color is, you can say it is called as a HV winding. HV winding. In between LV and HV winding, there will be white color line, correct? So that is a insulation. Between the core and also LV winding, there is a insulation. You can see here, between this blue line and the core, there is a white color line. So that is a insulation. Between blue color line and the saffron line, there is a white color. So it is also a LV winding. So it is a magnetic lines of flux which is moving in the core. So this is a all the cores are laminated. So cores are laminated to reduce the eddy current loss. So normally LV winding is near to the core, and after that insulation, after that HV winding away from the core. So that is a core type transformer. So the winding is wounded on the core. So this vertical position of the laminated core is called as a limb or leg. LIMB, limb or leg of a transformer. And horizontal position, you can say it is called as a yoke of a transformer. Yoke of a transformer. So these cores are laminated. You can see the lamination. So another figure of core type transformer. This, if you see the top view of this core, it will be cruciform. Cruciform means it is in stepped, like this. It is stepped. So this is called as a stepped core. You can say stepped core of a transformer. Step here, it is two step is there. So it is called as a cruciform core. So this is a two step. Anyway, in details you will be learning in the later classes. So now it is called as a stepped core or two stepped core transformer. It is called as a cruciform. Cruciform means it is a two step. So this is LV winding and outermost is a HV winding. So this is a laminated core. Core is laminated and the winding is wounded on the core. So the magnetic core is built of laminations to form a rectangular frame. So if you see the frame, here it is in rectangular in shape, normally rectangular in shape, magnetic core. The windings are arranged concentrically with each other around the legs or limbs. So this is the windings. So these windings are wounded on concentrically around the limbs or legs. The top and bottom horizontal portion of the core is called yoke. As I told you, top side and bottom side of the transformer core is called as a yoke of a transformer. So what is meant by yoke? So if you see here, so this is the horizontal portion, top side and bottom side horizontal portion is called as a yoke of a transformer. The yoke connects the two limbs and have cross-sectional area equal to or greater than that of limbs. The yoke is connecting the two limbs. So the two limbs are vertical in direction, correct, vertically mounted, and these limbs are connected through the yoke through a with the joints, correct. So the area of cross-sectional area of the yoke is nearly equal to the cross-sectional area of the limbs or slightly greater than that one. So each limb carries one half of primary and secondary winding. If you see the limb, the winding, the half of the primary winding will be wounded on the one limb. So here, if you see clearly, LV and HV, correct. Half LV winding and half HV winding is wounded in one limb, and the remaining half LV winding and half HV winding is wounded on the second limb. That is the actual construction of transformer. But in the representation, we will be having that primary winding and secondary winding, correct. But physical construction, so half of the LV winding is connected to, half of the LV and HV winding is connected to in one limb, remaining half of LV and HV winding is connected to other limb. So that is the actual construction of transformer. The two windings are closely coupled together to reduce the leakage reactance. What is leakage reactance? So the primary winding will be connected to the single phase AC supply, correct. So there will be flux will be generated in the primary winding. So it is assumed that in ideal case, all the flux will be linking to the secondary winding. That is in ideal case. All the flux which is generated in the primary winding will be linking to the secondary winding. So, but practically it is not possible. So there will be leakage flux will be present. So the flux which is not linking the secondary winding, so that is called as a leakage flux, correct. So the reactance which formed due to the leakage flux is called as a leakage reactance. The two windings are closely coupled together to reduce the leakage reactance. So that is in case of core type transformer. Next, we have to learn about the shell type transformer. So if you see the construction of, this is a core type transformer, single phase, the windings are wounded on the core. So here three phase, there are three cores are there, three windings are there. So in the shell type transformer, windings are wounded on the central limb. So this is the central limb where windings are wounded. This is first limb and this is the second limb. So this is first limb and this is second limb and this is the central limb. So the windings are wounded on the central limb. So note down, that is very important. The windings are wounded on the central limb in shell type transformer, and width of the central limb is always double to that of side limb. So if this width is A means, so the central limb is 2A, 2A. So this is A, this is A. So limb number 1 and limb number 2 is A if it is there, then limb number central limb is 2A. So in case of three phase transformer again, so this is the central limb. If you see here, so this is the central limb. So this is the central limb, and this is the side, one side limb and another side limb. So the winding are wounded on the central limb, correct. So that is the construction in the shell type transformer. So if you see here, so this is the representation of shell type transformer. See, the windings are wounded on the central limb. The flux will be generated here. So this is the distribution of flux. So this is side limbs. This is one side limb and this is another side limb. So this is VP, that is primary voltage, and this is VS, that is secondary voltage. So this is core of the transformer. The flux will be distributed like this. So normally the central limb is double to that of side limb. So this is the voltage, primary voltage due to the primary winding, and this is secondary voltage due to the secondary winding. So this is here you can see construction of shell type transformer, where HV winding is here. This is HV winding, alternate HV and LV winding are arranged in shell type transformer. So this is HV winding, after that LV winding, after that HV winding, after that LV winding. So this is the core. So that is nothing but this is the winding. Blue color line, these show are called as a windings which are wounded on the core of a transformer. So this is the construction of shell type transformer. The winding are put around the central limb, correct. The flux path is completed through two side limbs. The flux will be moving with respect to two side limbs and the central limb. The central limb carries total mutual flux. Mutual flux means the flux which links both the winding, primary and secondary winding. So that is called as a mutual flux, correct. Mutual flux. The side limbs form a part of parallel magnetic circuit, carry half of the total flux. So total flux in that half of will be distributed in the side limbs, correct. So the central limb carries the total mutual flux. The cross sectional area of the central limb is twice that of each side limbs. That is very important. So this section, this part is very important. That is cross sectional area of the central limb is twice that of side limbs. So this is the main difference between the core type and shell type transformer. So in the core type, it is easy in design and construction, but shell type is comparatively complex in design. A core type transformer has a low mechanical strength, but the shell type transformer has high mechanical strength. Core type transformer, there is a reduction of leakage reactance is not possible in core type transformer, but the shell type transformer, reduction of leakage reactance is highly possible because it is windings are wounded on the central limb, correct. So there is a, in the core type transformer, there is a just a gap between two windings, correct. But in shell type, it is in the central. So there is a provision of, or you can say it is possible to reduce the leakage reactance. Fourth one, the assembly can be easily dismantled for repair work in core type transformer, but in shell type it is cannot be dismantled for repair work. Core type transformer, better heat dissipation from winding, but in shell type transformer heat is not easily dissipated from winding since it is surrounded by the core. So heat dissipation is difficult in case of shell type transformer when compared to core type transformer. Core type transformer has longer mean length of core and shorter mean length of coil turn. Long mean length of core. Length of the core is longer and shorter mean length of coil turn. Hence suitable for high voltage. Core type transformer are suitable for high voltage, and shell type transformer is, it is not suitable for high voltage requirements. Normally it is suitable for low voltage requirement. So we will continue in the next class.